Hi, this is Sarah Lingra, and welcome to video 2 of 8 Rhythms. If you managed to make it all the way through video 1, you understand the philosophy behind what I'm doing. You can always go back and revisit that. Video 2 is simply playing. I'm going to show you what I do and why and how I do it with my students. What you will need to do this with is the 8 Rhythms worksheet, which you can download at www.pianokeyfinders.com/blog under 8 Rhythms, and the boogie card, which is part of an expansion pack for the first 5-note and scale and chord cards. You don't need the expansion pack on the cards to be able to use the worksheet. It just makes it a lot easier to transpose into every key, which I'm finding is really exciting and cool. So the worksheets here have a page that looks like this with the 8 rhythms that I was talking about. So when you have a whole note, dotted half note, and quarter note, you have the ability to create 8 different rhythms with that, and those 8 rhythms are over here. So a whole note for 4 counts, 2 half notes, 4 quarter notes, 2 quarters and a half, 2 quarters, quarter, half, quarter, and then dotted half, quarter, and quarter dotted half. Okay, so those are the 8 rhythms. The way that these worksheets work is that you're going to be playing all of the patterns with your left hand. You are going to be counting out loud, or your students will be counting out loud, while they are tapping their right foot, okay? This idea of counting out loud and tapping is really helpful because it teaches counting out loud without having a huge visual burden, and it trains the facial muscles to be able to count. So you can't see my foot, I'm not going to move the camera, but you can start them just by counting out the pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there is coordination involved with counting and tapping at the same time. Not everybody's going to get it immediately, and it's going to be tough. If I am doing rhythm number 1, I'm going to use the key finder card, and I use the key finder cards just because I know that I can get students to play on a lot more keys if they are confident that they know what they're doing. So I'm going to start it for the sake of this particular exercise on A flat. So A flat, there it is, and these are whole notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So coordinating the hand, the mouth, and the foot, but no visual reading part at this point. Then I'm going to move the card up key, and I'm going to choose another rhythm. So I'm arbitrarily choosing rhythm number 6, which is a quarter, half note, quarter. All right, so here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm generally having them repeat at least 4 times each of these rhythms, but you can do it 2 times or 4 times or 8 times or 12 times. The next, I'm going to shift it up, so now I'm on B flat, and arbitrarily number 4. So this is 2 quarter notes and a half note on B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. As I said, unfortunately you can't see my foot tapping. So what you're going to notice with students is that they could play accurately and count, but maybe they forget to tap their foot. Or they tap their foot and play, but they forget to count out loud, which is totally normal and totally fine. Usually after 4 to 7 attempts, it starts clicking into place. And this is a foundational level for doing this. Now I've included worksheets that have these rhythms with the repeat signs over here, the orange counting numbers. I was talking with students earlier today. This is hoof and mouth, so you're using your foot and your mouth for the orange, and then the black is for the hand. And these are all for the left hand. So level 1 the early ones are 1 bar at a time. Level 2 is going from a 5th to a 6th. So 5th to a 6th, these are all written in C major, but I still have them transposed because I want them to be moving from here to here. So for example, if I'm doing, we'll do the third rhythm here, quarter notes. I'm moving the card up to B, and I'm going from a 5th to a 6th in B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Some things that you're going to notice when you're moving on the 2 is sometimes the student doesn't catch that you're moving from a 5th to a 6th, so that they stay on the same key for the whole exercise. And then you have them take a closer look and they're like, oh, I missed that. Other students who are more advanced will play this way, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, because it sounds more musical to them. And what I say to them is that it's not the way it's written, so I want to make sure that they understand that it's written one way, but if it sounds better to them, the whole point is to be able to be consistent. This is, again, foundational, and once they're comfortable in recognizing and counting all of these things, then you can take this with a flat 7. So you can 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the idea is to get the hand moving comfortably on the keys while counting and tapping. Once all of that's settled, then the next step that I do is I have them start playing the 12-bar blues pattern, and I have them play the 12-bar blues pattern because they get 3 different hand motions or 3 different keys of that same pattern while they're doing that. And then another leveling up would be to have a conversation while you're keeping a steady pulse. And I'm really good with quarter notes, but if I have to do a shuffle, I forget. So anyway, these are some examples and ideas of what I'm doing with my students here, and it's really exciting because I am able to get groups of adult beginners to start playing together at the same time, doing 12-bar blues patterns with a steady pulse. And that steady pulse cannot be understated. I'm playing in a lot of collaborative stuff these days, and if you're not on a steady beat, then the whole thing sounds terrible and amateurish, and we don't want that. So anyway, this is Sarah Lingra with Piano Key Finders. This is all about those 8 rhythms using whole notes, dotted halves, and quarter notes to have this really strong rhythmic foundation for you and your students. Anyway, thanks a lot. You can find the materials at pianokeyfinders.com.